The Southwest ISD Board of Trustees has called a tax ratification election, or TRE, for Saturday, September 10th, 2016. This video has been prepared by the Southwest ISD. It is factual and is intended to inform the voters of Southwest ISD about the upcoming election. It will explain what a TRE is and why the Board of Trustees has called the election. Southwest ISD has proposed a change in the tax rate for the 2016-2017 school year that will require voter approval. It is important to note this will require a restructuring of the tax rate, but will not increase the tax rate you pay over the tax rate approved in the recent bond election. The restructuring of the tax rate will allow the district to continue moving forward with academic achievements and improvements to include a continued upward trend in math scores, additional instructional programs to achieve academic success such as STEM academic coaches and instructional coaches, explore pre-K for all, maintaining a balanced student-to-teacher ratio, the ability to continue offering competitive salaries for all Southwest ISD employees, and to help offset the cost of Legacy High School. School districts are funded through different sources: local tax dollars, state funding, and federal funding. Local taxes are collected and go into two different funds, or pockets: maintenance and operations, or M&O, and interest and sinking, or INS. The M&O pocket pays for the everyday operation of the district, including salaries, books, and building maintenance, while the INS pocket is similar to a mortgage and can only be used to pay the debt on school bonds. The state of Texas funds school districts based on a series of formulas that take into account our local tax rate. Specifically, the higher the local M&O tax rate, the more funding we receive from the state of Texas. Therefore, each additional dollar generated by the local tax rate on the M&O side yields more funding from the state than a dollar generated on the INS side. In fact, for every $100 we collect with these 13 additional M&O pennies, we earn $130 of additional state aid. So we are able to generate $230, and it only cost us $100 in local taxes. If we don't shift the pennies, we leave the additional state dollars on the table in Austin, Texas, and choose not to bring them to Southwest ISD. Our voters approved up to a 44-cent for the debt service INS tax rate in the 2012 bond election. In 2016, a 43-cent was needed debt rate is added to the expected M&O tax rate of $1.04. You get a total tax rate of $1.47 for every $100 your property is appraised. Because the school district is requesting to raise its M&O tax rate over $1.04, the state of Texas requires voter approval. By law, the maximum M&O tax rate is $1.17, and that's where the TRE comes in. The Southwest ISD Board of Trustees has called a tax ratification election, or TRE, to ask the community to consider a change on how we collect taxes in our M&O and our INS funds to maximize our state funding. The proposed change would bring the district an estimated additional $4 million annually without increasing the tax rate. How is this possible? The Board of Trustees has set the total tax rate at $1.60. You will see this amount on the ballot. If a majority vote for the $1.60 tax rate gets adopted by the board, our board has already approved reducing the INS tax rate from 43 cents to 30 cents, returning our overall tax rate to $1.47. So basically, voting for the TRE shifts the 13 pennies from the INS pocket to the M&O pocket. The reason for moving the 13 pennies from one pocket to the other is that the state of Texas will give Southwest ISD more state funding for M&O pennies than for the INS, or debt pennies. This shift in tax pennies will not cost the taxpayer any additional dollars. It will generate an estimated $4 million in additional revenue annually. If we don't change the pocket to which these 13 pennies go, the district will not receive this additional funding. Based upon this plan, in the upcoming school year, there will be no increase in the Southwest ISD tax rate over the rate approval in the 2012 bond election, whether the tax ratification election passes or fails. The bottom line is this: if the TRE passes, the M&O tax rate will increase to $1.17, and the INS tax rate will decrease to 30 cents, which keeps the tax rate at $1.47, and the school district will receive an estimated additional $4 million annually. If the TRE does not pass, the M&O tax rate will remain at $1.04, and the INS tax rate will remain at 43 cents, with the same total tax rate of $1.47. But the school district will receive no additional funding. Whether the TRE passes or not, the total tax rate will be $1.47. The district and board of trustees have called a tax ratification election, but the voters are the ones who decide the outcome of the election. Early voting begins Wednesday, August 24th, and continues until Tuesday, September 6th. Election Day is on Saturday, September 10th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Voting locations can be found on the district website as well as administrative and campus offices. All eligible registered voters are encouraged to become informed and exercise their right to vote in this very important election. Southwest ISD provides opportunities for all learners to be confident, resilient, and successful global citizens. At Southwest ISD, it's every child, every day.